Okay, and we're back. I'm Travis.
And I'm Ethan.
And this is the second half of...
Monster Comic Reviews.
You like coughing that out? Anyway, okay, so this is the second half of our books for the last week of December. And the first one is I, Vampire, number 4.
Well, I like Constantine.
Yeah.
I love how it's like, oh, it's America. There must be a shotgun in here.
Oh, when he's in the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a shotgun. That was nice.
Yeah.
So, I like the story, though. It was interesting how the main character takes the in-control, not-so-bad-or-anything vampire and turns him into this power-lusty monster.
Right.
Who turns out to be his friend's dad.
Right. The new person that's helping him team up to help him fight the vampire army.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely, that was an interesting part of the story. The fact is that, he comes across this guy who's basically living the equivalent of a vampire vegan lifestyle, and then he's not drinking people and whatnot, and shows him the power that he can have, and that he can supposedly control it and whatnot. And then the guy pretty much virtually loses it after he walks off. Shows him how to go all uber wolf for him, and then walks off and leaves him to his own accord. And of course he completely loses it, goes into a bar.
Starts eating people.
Yeah, happens to be the bar that Constantine's outside smoking because they won't let him smoke inside the bar.
Yeah.
There's some funny lines there about how he doesn't really consider that much of a restaurant, so it'll be okay if he smokes there. Ends up outside anyway. I like this version of Constantine in here. He's somewhat pompous. Obviously, they can't make him quite as pompous or sarcastic as what he is in the Vertigo title, because they can't have him
quite have his dictionary.
Yeah, he can't chuck out quite so many swear words and whatnot. But I think they captured him well here within the superhero DC universe, and I'm always concerned about that they're going to make a mess of something with the character, because I like him so much in his own book, and putting him here, I sometimes worry about that. I think he comes across pretty well in it. I do think it's interesting that he decides he's gonna, obviously he's gonna wipe this vampire out, and then our main character Andrew shows up, and he says he'll take care of it. Kind of shoes off Constantine,
yeah.
And
I got this.
Right. And then and then this whips out his sword and says, "Oh no, you can't handle it."
Yep.
Wow, what a mistake, you're gone. And then then he finds out that this is the dad of one of his new basically partners to try and help him.
Yeah.
Good comic. Love the art in it still. I'm enjoying the heck out of this comic, as well as comics. Like I said, when I first picked it up on my on the pole thing, that I really didn't have any intentions of picking it up. It's a vampire book. I'm not really necessarily into vampires, but this is pretty cool, and it's really going to be interesting to see how how this continues forward.
Yeah.
Because I think we're going to get some other superheroes are going to show up in the book, and how does that play out with this whole vampire army going out there and purging people and whatnot. As long as they keep addressing these kind of more subtle parts, besides just the we're vampires, we eat stuff, it's going to continue to be an interesting book.
Yeah.
So I give this a 3.5, 4.
Yeah, I give it a 4.
Yeah. Good book. Still enjoying it a lot. And next we have
Justice League Dark.
number 4.
Oh.
The cover is awesome. First and foremost, just that alone is great. This is, like I said, this is those comics. It's got all the mix of the right kind of stuff in it for me. This one's really interesting. There's all these husks walking around, basically.
Yeah.
They're I wasn't sure exactly what was up with the with Enchantress. She's obviously got one main body, and then she's got all these like creations that she has out there, the Junes,
and
they're just doing all kinds of horrific stuff. I mean, they're slaughtering people all over the place, looking for the real June and stuff. I mean, basically the whole place is going to hell in a handbasket, and our Justice League team better get themselves together, otherwise they're going to be screwed. I think it's really interesting where Zatanna shows up and decides she's just going to go stroll on in there and kick all their butts, and
Her magic fails?
she pretty much quickly gets hosed there, yeah. Of course, now she's got herself,
Partnered up with...
tangled up with Shade, so
Yeah.
that whole thing will be interesting and whatnot. It's going to be... I'm enjoying this. I'm waiting for them to all kind of get tied together, and we get to see a whole heck of a lot more interesting stuff about Madame Xanadu.
Yeah.
So she takes drugs. So she takes drugs to get clear visions?
I guess.
To drown out the real bad visions?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so she kind of walks this edge of being a bad guy and a good guy.
Yeah, she does.
Which is okay as far as I'm concerned. I mean, because the world isn't black and white.
Nope.
So yeah, pretty interesting. What do you think?
I liked it. It was good. I like the cover. This is probably, as it happens, this is probably the most accurate cover I've ever seen, considering the fact that Dead Man does burst out of...
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
That's gross.
That was
Cool.
awesome.
Cool. Possesses one of the husks.
Yeah, possesses the husks.
Finds out she's completely empty, and then
rips
blows
her
it up.
open, yeah.
Blows it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Much to June's chagrin, because she's kind of thinking that you just blew up the other half of her body.
Yeah.
She's like, oh no, she's hollow because that's where I fill in at. Yeah, but obviously we find out there's a whole bunch of the hollow husks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that June is day, because that's like Enchantress keeps shouting at people is, I need you moon, I'm the night and she's the, but so far she's always been
They've
cut
never
off
finished
every
it.
single time.
Yeah, it could be. Could be.
I'm assuming she's the day, but
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're kind of a yin and yang, a night and day kind of a thing. I'll be curious to see where it all ends at.
Yeah.
At the end of it.
Mhm.
But it's looking pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not looking so good.
So what would you give this time?
I give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I give it a 4. It's up my alley. I like it. I love the art. I think the art's great in it. I think it's an exciting read. There's always something going on for us. Like I said, I'm looking forward to all the characters kind of getting together and hopefully get some sort of a game plan to try
that'd be cool.
to try and get it all taken care of. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. What's next?
Teen Titans, number 4.
Woohoo! Teen Titans! Go Teen Titans! Yay! Teen Titans!
Yay! More Superboy, Wonder Girl, Robin, love plots.
So does it feel like we're basically kind of
Reliving the last series?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so they put in basically most of the same characters that were part of what this generation feel are the core Teen Titans. I say that this generation because of course it's not my Teen Titans. My Teen Titans were the original Teen Titans. So this is the Teen Titans, and it was the Teen Titans that Jeff Jones wrote for a really long time, made really popular, everybody really loved it. Not when we started collecting it. When you started collecting it, we started reading it, it was right past the Jeff Johns era, and they were starting to introduce some other people into it and whatnot. And I think we'll both agree that the fact is there were some other teams right before the relaunch that had some interesting groupings in them. Maybe not the best comics, maybe not written very well, but they had interesting,
cool people.
had cool and interesting personalities in it, and we feel kind of bummed that when they did the relaunch, they went back to these, core 4 people. They went back to Superboy, Wonder Girl,
Robin and Flash.
And Kid Flash, or in this case, Red Robin. Whatever. It's all the same thing, and they're kind of flirting with the same, as you implied, flirting with the same love triangles and whatnot, or not even love triangle, but just as Wonder Girl and Superboy are fighting each other. It's like, boy, if I wasn't fighting you, boy, he'd be hot.
Yeah.
If I wasn't fighting her, man, she'd just be awesome and whatever. It's like, yeah, okay, I don't know. I mean, they're teens. I don't know that the hormones work quite that way, but I kind of like the characters individually, but I don't like us going down the same story over again. Yawn. I mean, if that's just to please the fan base, whatever. I don't have an interest in it. I didn't have an interest in it last time. I was kind of glad to see it go. And if it's going to come back, I don't know that I want to stick around for it. Like I said, I like the way I've actually kind of liked the way they've revamped Wonder Girl. I like the way her powers work now and whatnot. That's actually kind of interesting. this is the only place I've been exposed to Superboy. He's kind of interesting too, really. But I have problems with Solstice. She seems very one-dimensional. It seems pretty easy just to go, oh well, I believe in karma, and so I'm just gonna go with the flow because everything's gonna work out that way. I don't know. I just can't imagine that even the people who really believe that way could be that happy about it all the time.
Yeah.
It's so she doesn't have much character beyond that. What frightens me the most about this book is I actually like Kid Flash the best.
Oh no. You know it's bad then.
Yeah, because I've never been a very big Kid Flash fan. The only person that knows me more than Kid Flash than Teen Titans is Beast Boy. Yeah, I actually don't mind you. They're not really giving us much on the Skitter character other than, obviously, when she's not a bug, she spends all her time whining.
Yeah.
And Bunker.
Yes.
Which I don't mind Bunker either, but we're not getting a lot about him other than boy isn't the world grand, and it's just wonderful and whatnot. So the secondary characters all seem one-dimensional.
Yep.
They basically got one piece of personality, and that's all there is to them right now. Like I said, I like Kid Flash just because he has the funniest lines, and they are. I gotta find something to enjoy the book, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna enjoy
Very.
those lines that normally I would think were dumb pretty quick. But yeah, I don't know. This to me, this book is. I can't even say it's all over the place because it isn't. It's just flat.
Yeah.
It's flat and it's rehashing what we've already read. I guess if I was a completely new reader, maybe I'd be interested in this. But they're not. Maybe they're pandering to the old fans that really want to see all those relationships back and working the way they were. If that's the case, I'm the wrong audience member.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep getting this book. It's still on my pull, and of course I pull a couple months in advance. They've advertised a new book coming out called The Ravagers, which is a spin-off of the Teen Titans and Superboy. So I'll look and see who's in that lineup. If there's somebody interesting in that lineup, I may drop this book for that, or I may just drop this book and not pick that up. I don't know. Something's got to happen soon with this to give me a reason to want to keep reading it, because right now there isn't much of a reason.
Yeah, my opinion of this comic has just deteriorated really fast. I mean, with each issue, it just gets worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just isn't that good. I didn't like it that much.
Okay, there we are. I will give it a week 2.
Yeah, just because I don't believe in giving stuff once, yeah, it gets a week 2.
Well, I'd be insulted if I had to give it a 1 because that meant I spent money on something that was that bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, last comic we're going to talk about for this week is Thunder Agents, number 2 of Volume 2. What'd you think?
I liked it. It's good, continuing the story. I liked the art. The art was good. Wasn't anything amazingly special, but it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the side story more than the main story.
It's kind of how it was. It's kind of how it was last time, though, too, wasn't it? Didn't it seem like?
Yeah.
At least it was for me. I mean, you got the heroes doing their main hero thing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got this kind of secret, sneaky stuff going on the side.
Yeah, in the background.
And that's the stuff that's to me is interesting. It's like, okay, stuff with the agents that are hiring them. They're more interesting than the actual plot itself.
Yeah.
For me, art-wise, art was okay. I like pages 3 through 7. That was Jerry Ordway. I'm a big fan of Jerry Ordway. Have been for a long time. Great to see him working on some stuff. The story's definitely interesting. We got a couple plots going on here. One of the main characters, her continued hiding secrets, is probably going to bite them in the butt here at some point.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that they might have said? No, nothing. Hello, people are still alive and whatnot. The one thing I did have an issue with is from the first volume we read, the character No Man. He's a personality that he has multiple bodies, and when one of his body dies, his spirit just kind of travels on to into another body. And in the first volume, it kind of told us that he's slowly becoming detached.
With each body that
He's slowly becoming detached from feelings and emotions and all that kind of stuff. And in this one, he seems to have more emotion than what I thought he would have.
Yeah.
Or at least drawn wise, he has more emotion maybe. But maybe that's just how serious this is. This gets the level of seriousness that's freaking him out. Then it must be really serious.
Yeah, he does run Dynamo through at the very end of the comic.
Well, yeah, His
So
partners
obviously-
are getting killed in the thing. It is serious. Obviously, there's this whole there's an entire other world's population under the ground that potentially could come swarming up and start a whole other crazy war and stuff. So that's bad. I think it's really interesting that they kind of imply that we humans are kind of have them enslaved in a way. Did you get the impression that we're taking resources and minerals from them and trying to find new power sources and all this kind of stuff? So we basically won the war and we're stripping them of their resources and stuff.
Yeah.
It sounds like. It's one of the things I like about this book is it certainly doesn't portray the heroes as really being good guys. I mean, they personally may be good guys, but who they work for and how the whole operation works is somewhat sinister, for lack of another word I can think of for it. And I guess I kind of like that because maybe my own personal beliefs is that the government isn't always operating on the up and up all the time.
Yeah.
That they're doing what they think is best for them, even if it does hurt somebody else in the process. That's kind of where this is at. It's interesting. And so I'm enjoying it. And I'm curious to see where this whole war thing goes and whatnot.
Yeah.
So what would you rank this one?
I give it a solid 3 out of 3.
Yep.
It's not anything amazing, but it's not Teen Titans.
Oh, is that going to be the new standard?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, so is it? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think it's 3-2. I enjoyed the heck out of it. Look forward to seeing what the rest of the limited series is going to be on it. Anyway, I think that's it for this week, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll see you back next week. Bye.
Bye.